Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again. And as you can see in the background, I was on the way on a business trip and I thought that okay, let's make this video because I don't want to be late to put this video out for you guys, because this is the right time to take this stock as an investment. So the stock which we are going to talk about today is from one of my favorite industries, at least since these 5 to 6 months. So the stock which we are going to talk about today is called CANOO. And you might have heard about this stock before from other YouTube channels as well. So does that mean am I late to bring up this stock for you guys? No, not at all, because this is the right moment to remember and to invest in this stock, because the value and the valuation at which this stock is right now is really amazing. Because investing in this stock right now can really make this stock as a hedge against the other EV stocks which you might have invested in. So that's why this is the moment, and the value, like I said, the valuation at which this stock is right now, I just see an upside potential. Of course, there is a margin of error, which I always consider, but in this case, the margin of error is really, really low. And that's why I think this is the right moment to have this stock in our minds and to consider this as an investment opportunity. So the layout of today's video would look something like, so first we'll jump on to the introduction about the stock, of course, and the SPAC, what is going to happen, the Special Purpose Acquisition Corporation. And then my favorite part, my bullish analysis. I will be discussing all the positive points regarding this company. And then last but not the least, my final verdict about this stock. But as I already said in the beginning of this video, that I think that this is an opportunity to actually invest. So actually this is the verdict. So anyways guys, if you like the background, then please hit that like button. And I know some of you guys might be new on this channel, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, with that notification bell icon as well. So anyways, now too much of rambling, let's just jump right into the video.
So the company we are discussing today is CANOO, which is going to get merged with Hennessy Capital. So if you would be looking forward to invest in CANOO as a business, especially after watching this video, no, just joking guys, then of course you can invest in CANOO via Hennessy Capital Acquisition Corporation, trading at NASDAQ with ticker HCAC. Now this is also a special purpose acquisition company. That means CANOO will be going on a reverse merger with this special purpose acquisition company to go public. Now I won't go much deeper into what special purpose acquisition companies or blank check companies are, because I have covered this many times in my previous videos. So I highly recommend you guys to watch my previous videos on all the SPACs which I have made. I have covered this topic in detail. And the price of the stock at the time of making this video was at $11.59, which actually is or gives me one more reason to invest into this business, because let's say in the worst case scenario, if the merger doesn't happen, which is supposed to happen in Q4 2020, then the price of the stock might go back to $10, but that still gives me a really good risk to reward ratio, because buying this company at this price, it's just up by $1.59. It has just started. So from here, I just see an upward potential for the stock price. And that also simply means that this price is a really good discount price. So these are some of the examples of the designs, how their vans or how their cars, EV cars would look like. Okay, the interior is quite cool, yeah, but the exterior, to be honest, yeah, it's not that appealing. But to be honest guys, they don't have to hit the complete EV market. The EV market in the coming 5 to 10 years will be huge, and in fact, even if they can hit just 1 to 2% of that EV market, they will eventually find customers, because their plan of targeting customers, it's quite amazing, to be honest. And even if they hit just 1 to 2% of that huge EV upcoming market, then that is as well a really huge potential for them, and plus for the investors, with a great return on their investment. So this is a transaction summary and what is going to happen. So if you want to currently invest in this company CANOO, you can invest via Hennessy Capital Acquisition Corporation with ticker symbol HCAC, which announced a business combination with CANOO Holdings. The transaction inclusive of over 300 million pipe financing, pro forma enterprise value of 1.84 billion, and existing CANOO shareholders will own around 71.5% of pro forma equity. And the most important thing, which is important for the investors, is that the transaction is expected to close in Q4 2020. And also the transaction expected to result in $607 million of cash proceeds to CANOO to fund its commercial development and growth plans, which is quite good. Now this shows a futuristic opportunity for CANOO. So they're expecting to have a revenue by 2024 of approximately $1.4 million, which they are further expecting to grow by 2026 to be at $4 million, which is a huge 70% compound annual growth. So the next is one of the most important things which I always look when I'm investing in a business. And if you have seen my previous videos, you would know this, that before investing into the business, I always look into the management team, the people behind the business, the people behind the idea. And that's really important to know, because this tells you that will the company be successful in the coming years or not. And as you can see, regarding CANOO'S management team, you should have no doubts, because the team is full of experienced people from one of the best automotive companies like BMW, Audi, Porsche, Mini Cooper, and Tesla, Ford as well. So I have no doubts that the management team is quite amazing, and they will leave no stones unturned for a great future for CANOO. So let's have a glance at the business. So we will cover just few important points in the company's overview. So they offer, or they develop, the flattest and the lowest profile skateboard in the industry. That the picture which you see right here on the right side, this means that they will be providing a much bigger space inside the vehicle for the passengers. And not just this, they also partnership with Hyundai to co-develop a future electric car platform. So as you can see here, Hyundai Motor CANOO to co-develop all electric platform for future electric vehicles. So companies will jointly develop an all electric platform based on CANOO'S fully scalable good skateboard design for upcoming Hyundai and Kia EVs and PBVs as well. So this collaboration will definitely help CANOO to get into the market and establish their position. So this is a really good point to be considered by the investors. And apart from that, they have a wide range of applications, and they were successful till date to raise a capital of over $450 million, which is quite good. And of course, we should definitely not forget what we already discussed, that they have a highly experienced team of engineers and management, which includes people from one of the biggest automotive industries. Okay, so now what makes CANOO different from its competitors? So here are some of the most important points. So the first and the most important point is that they are designed for lowest cost in the industry. That means they will be producing their vehicles at a really low production cost. That means they will be able to set a really low price, which will give them an edge over their competitors. The second important thing is that they have already demonstrated their viability. That means, like we saw before, they reached the beta level stage within 19 months, which means they have already designed, manufactured, and tested their vehicle. So they conducted over 50 crash tests already. The third important point is that they have optimized for space efficiency. Like we already saw, their skateboard can make the vehicles really efficient when we are talking about space. So that means they will give more space inside the vehicle for the passengers. And then the manufacturability is built into our designs. That means they are making the vehicles to be efficient, not just for space, but also when we are talking about economic returns. And then this is one of the most important things for me as an investor, to see what revenue streams the company has. So as you can see here, they have 3 streams of generating revenue. First, and the most important thing, providing engineering services, which I really like when the OEMs have this stream of generating revenue. And as you can see, they can generate a revenue until 2025 of around $450 million, which is a compound annual growth of 39%, considering the revenue from 2021. And then the second source of revenue for CANOO is B2C model, which they will be starting in 2022. And I really like this concept, which is also called subscription type of model. That means the customer has no commitments whatsoever, and the customer will be paying on monthly basis. And this package includes both vehicle cost and the services inside one single payment per month. And with this kind of model, they are expecting a compound annual growth of 147% by 2025. So with the second model, B2C, with the subscription model, they see the highest growth potential. And last but not the least, the B2B, the basic model for every OEM. So CANOO will be delivering its vehicles and CANOO skateboard licensing, and they see an upside potential of around 100% from 2023 till 2025. So as we talked about CANOO'S skateboard technology, they have produced a really unique design for their chases, and they are the first true steer by wire platform coming to the market. They have a really good leaf spring suspension design, and they have performed the majority of the crash test with these skateboard, and the battery modules incorporated directly into the skateboard structure, which is quite space efficient, and also in-house design ECUs and battery management systems, BMS. Now this flat low profile skateboard is new in the industry, and which is maximizing the interior volume space for the passengers, and it has really high modular configurations with of course cutting development costs. So they are quite fast and good in the market, and they are saying that they are enabled to produce a new vehicle within a period of 18 to 24 months, which is really fast, and of course with really low production cost. And as we already saw a few moments ago, that they already have collaboration projects with huge automotive original equipment manufacturers like Hyundai and Kia, and these projects are already giving them a stamp, a certification that their product is good and efficient and is being recognized in the industry. So these are some of the specialities from the CANOO vehicle. So the one, when the B2C lifestyle vehicle has estimated specifications of 250 plus mile range, charge time of 20% up to 80% in just 28 minutes, 125 miles per hour, top speed, 7 passenger seat capacity. The target launch is in Q2 2022, estimated target launch. And description: available exclusively through subscription plan, like we saw, targeting young professionals. Then the B2B delivery vehicle, so they will also be giving or producing delivery vehicles which has 200 plus mile range, total cargo volume ranging from 6.2 to 11 meter cube, and 2600 kg vehicle weight, which is quite amazing. And then the target launches in 2023. Flat skateboard design, which we already saw, which allows maximum volume efficiency relative to competitor vehicles within the vehicle. So B2C, the sports utility vehicle, have estimated specifications of 300 plus mile range, 4 to 5 passenger seat capacity, developed specifically for subscription model as well. And then the target launches in 2025. And talking about opportunities, well, there are a lot of opportunities out there, as we already know that the upcoming EV market is going to be huge. And as you can see here, the US EV sales forecast until 2022 is estimated to be approximately 824,000 vehicles. And CANOO is targeting California for the initial rollout for B2C lifestyle. And California EV forecast is supposed to be until 2022 of approximate 350,000 vehicles. And then the last mile delivery business, as we also saw in case of Workhorse, until 2022 it's estimated to be a market of $51 billion. And CANOO'S B2B delivery vehicles targets the last mile delivery market, which is supposed to be 1 trillion in North America. So there are significant opportunities for CANOO and such EV companies which are upcoming, guys, and they don't have to hit the majority of this market. They really don't have to. They are so small, they have a really small market capitalization, that even if they can just get a significant, or let's say 1 to 2% of huge EV market, it's enough for them. Okay, so now let's have a look at some of the interesting features from CANOO'S vehicles. So as we already know that the interior will be spacious because of their nice skateboard design, and not just spacious, but it actually looks quite modern and nice, to be honest, and comfortable. And this feature, what they are providing to their customers, is quite interesting, which I've never seen before, that they will be providing kind of a wrap around the vehicle. The customer can design or customize their own color of the car outside the car, and which of course has different benefits, like one color, one trim, which actually reduces the manufacturing cost and reduces the supply chain. Also, if the customers can do this increases the number of subscribers and the time the person is subscribing to the company. And also uniquely customizable exterior, and okay, interior as well is customizable. Vehicle feel purpose built for each subscriber, so you have a feeling of that you build this vehicle like in this way. So this is good emotional, this is quite a good experiment to play with the emotions of the customers, which can turn out to be really positive for CANOO. And this shows that they have the highest passenger volume compared with its competitors, with a really less length of the vehicle, and this is what sets them aside with its competitors. And thanks to its really high efficient skateboard design. And guys, not just this, they are designing their vehicles in such a way that these vehicles can be later compatible with the fully autonomous program, and they have planned to reach a level 2.5 autonomy by 2022. And talking about their delivery vehicles with which they are going to target the last mile delivery market, the total cargo volume is huge compared to its length, and this gives them an advantage over their competitors. And this again is possible with their base skateboard design, which is quite amazing. Okay, then talking about their sports utility vehicle, which is smaller and shorter than Tesla Model 3, but with a capacity for far greater interior space, which is of course enabled and because of their good and efficient skateboard design, which is expected to be available to customers in 2025, which utilizes the same core skateboard platform which you already saw and applies technology to a traditional sedan-like vehicle, enabling Canoo to penetrate a new separate market segment. Okay guys, and now I definitely don't expect Canoo to be a direct competitor of Tesla, but like I said guys, it doesn't have to be. Even if it can achieve a significant market share of just 2 to 3% in this big EV market share, then also it's enough for them. And this is okay for me as an investor. I don't see this company to be like Tesla or other big OEMs. No, I don't expect that. But with their efficient design and with their really low production cost, it can definitely hit a market which are the customers which are planning to invest less and get an EV vehicle. That's all. And now talking about company's business plan, well, this is a model which I really like, and like I mentioned it before, it's called a subscription plan. So for example, in case of leasing, you as a customer have a time commitment, and for example you do the leasing for 2 years, 3 years, there's a time commitment, and then you also have to do a down payment. Okay, if you don't do the down payment, then your monthly expenses or monthly payment to the car company is much bigger, and then the car doesn't give you any insurance. You have to do the insurance, and that probably must be more because you have to take care of the car really nicely. Even with a small scratch, you have to pay a lot back to the company. But in case of Canoo, they give a subscription type of model. That means there is no time commitment, you can keep the vehicle as long as you want, and there is no down payment, and the routine maintenance and everything is included, so you pay monthly. And this is the simplest way to have a single vehicle all to yourself for as long as you want. And this is what I really like about this company. And that's why this could be one of the biggest sources of revenue for Canoo, because this, guys, is a stress-free plan for the customers when we compare it with leasing. So this is a good business model. And like I said, that traditional leasing plan is really expensive as compared to this consumer subscription plan, which is quite good. And Tesla, BMW, and Audi are doing this leasing plan, whereas Canoo will be going for subscription plan. And like I said before, I don't expect Canoo to be a direct competitor of these big giants, but this is quite a good plan and a good business model, and it will definitely attract its customers. And this shows that how they have reached a beta level, that means manufacturing, design and testing phase, really quickly and with really less capital requirement. And here are some of the benefits of contract manufacturing which Canoo is following. So the manufacturing process has reduced cash and capital requirements, and they are able to quickly scale volumes up and down based on demand, and also reduce overcapacity and production risk. So now let's look at the future financial aspect of Canoo. So they are planning to produce a volume of 10,000 vehicles until 2022, with subscription based models around 10,000, and they are planning to produce, or they're expecting to produce, a volume of 150,000 vehicles until 2026, with subscription based models around 260,000 vehicles, which in 2022 can give them a total revenue of $329 million, which is approximately a 174% growth, and until 2026 a $4 billion revenue, which is an approximate growth of 76%, with a total gross profit in 2022 of around $125 million, which is a profit margin of 38%, which is quite amazing, and until 2026 $1.17 billion with profit margin of 29% and EBITDA of $964 million with 23% EBITDA margin. Okay guys, now this is actually a conservative analysis, as they mentioned that they are conservative and assume that they will be able to roll out in just 13 cities. So this is not a bullish analysis. These are not the bullish numbers, but okay, still, if we don't consider these numbers to be true, and if they can't reach their targets, still I think this could be a good potential investment, because even if they can't reach these numbers, I still see a significant upside potential for this company. So this is how the transaction would look like. So the HCAC trust equity, that means this special purpose acquisition company through which CANOO is trading right now, will be holding $309 million in this third party trust account, which will be given to CANOO after the transaction is done. The PF enterprise value could be around $1.84 billion. And this transaction enterprise value of $1.84 billion for CANOO is massively undervalued. So as you can see here, if we consider, or if we assume a forward year multiple of 2 to 4 times of their sales, of future sales of 2025 of $2.34 billion, this is massively underpriced, and this shows a really good example that how CANOO'S evaluation or valuation can be beneficial, considering its business model, which includes subscription type model, and also since it's a EV company, so we can take a model of high growth EV companies. So as you can see here, that Netflix, which supports subscription type business model, is currently at a price of 7.65 times its 2-year forward revenue, and Tesla is currently at a 7.5 times evaluation of its future 2-year revenue. So if we imply let's say an average of 4.2 times, then also till 2023 the evaluation can reach up to $10 billion. Guys, this is an upside potential of 178%. So CANOO, with its modular platform, with one single skateboard design, they are able to make such multiple cabins and designs for the different types of utility vehicles. And this is, for me, a really interesting company and provides a huge range of versatility with just one concept. And like we talked before, that currently this company is really undervalued, and as you can see here, that the overall average evaluation of companies in this industry is supposed to be 5.404 times of their future revenue growth, and CANOO is sitting at just 0.79 times of its future revenue. So this shows, guys, that this is highly undervalued and thus makes this as a really good value investment.
So guys, at the end, usually I give my final verdict, but I guess from the previous statements, it's quite clear what my final verdict about this stock is. So guys, that's all for today, and I hope that you really found this content valuable, and this could be a part of your own due diligence, because I'm not a financial advisor and I can be totally wrong. Please be careful with your investments, because that's your own hard-earned money. So see you in the next one. Till then, stay healthy, stay safe, and ciao.